Marriage is hard, y'all. It's hard. And some people say that the longer you've been married, the easier it gets. And I've been working with couples for a long time, and Sherry and I have been married for a long time. It doesn't get easier. And the truth is, everyone goes through struggles. Everyone has challenges. Everyone has good seasons and bad seasons, up seasons and down seasons, seasons when you love each other and seasons when you just like, oh, you are getting on my last nerve. In this video, I want to talk to you about a milestone that we have reached in our marriage, and I'm very proud of it. She's very proud of it. And I want to share with you 7 keys to this milestone for us. You all know that cheating is easy. Cheating is easy. Marriage is hard. Being unfaithful is easy because when you get frustrated and when pain happens in your marriage, sometimes the go-to solution is somebody else. I've traveled literally around the world. We've traveled together. We've traveled separately. There are times when she's been home with our kids, times when I was in Africa, I was in New York, I was in Florida, I was in Europe alone. And 34 years, I've never cheated on my wife. Y'all ought to clap for that. Somebody, please don't hate on your guy. Like, clap for that. That is a significant milestone. In May, we celebrated 34 years together. 34 years. I know I only look like I'm, just a few years older than that. 34 years of marriage. And I have been faithful to her. She has been faithful to me. The question is, how did we do it? How do we do it? How do we continue to do it? Because as I said, just because we've been married for a long time doesn't mean that marriage gets easier. I remember when we were in college and we were dating and we were long distance. We were long distance for 3 years out of the 3.5 years we were together before we got married. Yeah, let me say that part again. We were long distance for 3 years. The last 6 months of the 3.5 year stretch, we were in the same town, and then we got married. So we did some things that I think are like old school, like people like, don't nobody do that. But we did it. And I'm going to include that in some of this video today because I want you to see that there is a way to have a healthy, vibrant, strong, passionate, exciting marriage and love life after 34 years. So listen to your guy. Let me help you with what's been helpful to us. I think I'm going to give you, I'm going to give you 7 things. 7 things. Here is the first one. We've always been honest with each other. We've been emotionally honest. Sometimes that's hard because I don't like going there, and especially in my younger years, I didn't know how to get down into that space to be emotionally honest. And Sherry doesn't like conflict. That's kind of how we're wired. Actually, neither of us really likes conflict. And so it's been hard to get into it, but we've had to learn how to be emotionally honest with each other, to tell each other what's really going on inside, how we really feel, where we're really struggling, what we really need. And even when it's been hard, it's been helpful. Did you get that? We have been honest with each other. Are you and your boo, your spouse, your partner, are you emotionally honest with each other? Do you even know how to be emotionally honest? Do you know why you're not emotionally honest? Do you withhold stuff? Do you suppress stuff? Do you keep it down? I think one of the key factors in our longevity in marriage and in marriage success, faithfulness, has been that we've been honest with each other. Another thing that's been really, really helpful is we actually saw what infidelity did to our families, like our family lines. So both of our sets of parents went through divorces, and there was infidelity on both sides, and we saw the fallout, we saw the turmoil, we saw what it did to us and to our siblings. We saw what it did to connections, we saw what it did to financial stability, we saw what it did emotionally, we saw all of that. We were living it, like we were living the chaos as children growing up, and we would oftentimes talk about it. And so, having seen it, we didn't want it. And so, we both had these resolutions like, hey, whatever we do, let's not do that. We didn't know all of what it would take to accomplish this, but we had a commitment to not repeating the cycle. We saw what happened. We didn't want to do it again, and we didn't want to do it to our children. That's the third thing. We wanted more for our kids. We wanted better for our kids. In fact, we wanted a legacy for them. We wanted to hand off to them a story, a legacy where they could say that their parents were always faithful to one another. Our goal, I don't want to sound morbid, but for real though, our goal is to get to our graves having been faithful in love, passionate with one another. And I'm telling you, it is absolutely possible. Y'all think this is pie in the sky. Y'all think, oh, it must be nice. Nobody lives like that. Don't you be a hater. I'm telling you, I can show you how you can get there if you want to do it. But don't be no hater, whatever you're doing, right? I know some of you have been through some stuff. I work with people every day in my coaching practice who have been through stuff and are going through stuff, who've suffered through infidelity. And I'll share this at the end, but you can get back on track. But don't be a hater. Don't act like, don't give up on marriage. I guess that's the point of making. Why would you give up on something so powerful, so beautiful, something created by God to bless you, and let people tell you that it's a curse if you do it and if you stay in it and if you work it out? Like, don't fall for that. So we wanted better for our children. We wanted to hand them something beautiful and powerful. We have 4 adult children. One of them is married. The other 3 are not yet. They're waiting, searching, praying, trusting God, So, but they got something to follow. They got something to model. I didn't have anything to model. I had something to model, but I didn't want to model that. You understand what I'm saying? So much of what we miss is what we did not have a model. And so I'm just saying, hand your kids, if you're already married and you have kids, like, hand your kids something powerful, something beautiful, something to treasure. And we wanted to hand them a legacy, a record of our faithfulness to one another. We actually value trust. This is number 4. We value trust. I wanted to be trustworthy. Like, I saw what shady dudes were doing to their women. And before I got my life right with God, I did the same things. And then God had to sit me down and get me right and change my mind, change my heart. And I realized, like, man, I was jacked. I was actually following the pattern I said I didn't want to follow. I was doing the stuff I said I didn't want to do. I was out there. I wish I could say I wasn't, but I was out there. And I was way off track. When I met Sherry, I said to God, like, I want you to be able to trust me. I don't want to be the dude in her life who destroys her because of my own selfishness, brokenness, whatever, right? I didn't want to be that guy. I wanted to be faithful. I wanted to be stable and steady. And I believe there are more guys out there like that than many of you believe. And I believe that your man can become that person. He can become that person. You as a woman can become that person. I don't know why people like to play. Look, I've seen so many games played. I'm like, don't y'all know this is nothing but a dead end? Like, this ain't gonna go well. Somebody's gonna get hurt. It's gonna be mayhem. It's going to be pain. It's going to get ugly. Like, let's not play those games. Like, I'm just a drama-free dude. I ain't got time for no drama. And I'm glad that I married a woman who ain't got time for no drama. Like, she's dramatic because she is a Trini from Trinidad in the West Indies, right? They're passionate people, but she ain't no drama queen. Come on, help me talk somebody. I'm not a drama king. We don't like drama. So we wanted to be able to trust one another. So whether I was flying to New York or to Florida or to Europe or to Africa or going down the street for a couple of hours, I wanted to come back the same person who left, not with the stench of infidelity on my clothes and on my soul. I wanted her to be able to trust me. So one of her friends said when we were in college, I'm not jumping on the plate, she's like, oh, I know y'all are dating and he's all the way there in Virginia in school. You here in DC. Do you really think that he's not cheating on you? Do you really think he's not cheating on you? You must be tripping, is what she said. You know what Sherry said to her classmate? She said, if he's cheating on me, he got to answer to God. Ooh. She said he's got to answer to God, and God will make it clear. So, that's how it went. I wanted to be trusted. She wanted to be trusted. And we walk like that. Here's the fifth thing. Did I tell you? Yeah, that was 4. This is 5. Here's the fifth thing. We never got down together before we got married. Oh, I know y'all like, please, ain't nobody doing that. Nah, for real. Now, let me qualify this statement because some of y'all gonna think I'm superhuman and she's superhuman. We are very human. I didn't say I didn't want to get down. I said we never got down. And there is a difference. Somebody help me right now. Somebody put it in the chat and say, this is some good stuff, right? If you can teach your children this, like you can save them some pain and some heartache. Maybe you're single and you're catching this video, you can save yourself some pain and some heartache. There's a lot of young people today who are like, nah, I'm not trying to get down like that. I'm not doing it. You'd be amazed how many younger people have made up their mind. They're not just throwing their bodies away, just having casual sex. I know a lot of people still are, but more power to them. What we discovered was that if we could practice self-control before we got married, we'd more likely be able to practice self-control after we got married. Holla at your guy. This is coming from somebody for whom that was not the pattern before I met her. So just in case, somebody bumps into this video and they're like, oh, he's full of, I know who I was. I know who I became. I know who I am. So I'm not tripping on nobody trying to bring up my past. I'm just saying we decided we were not going to sleep together. We were not having sex together before we got married. I lost my notes. Sit tight. Here we go. All right. So 34 years, we decided we wanted to be able to trust each other. Yeah, we like and love each other. How y'all do that? Like, how do y'all stay faithful to each other? Don't y'all get bored with each other after 34 years of marriage? No, we don't get bored with each other. If you work on your relationship, listen, every day can be new. Every week can be refreshing. Every month can bring something new, right? So we practice this powerful rhythm, right? Every day, every week, every month, every quarter, every year, every decade that we are working on our marriage. And I'm telling you, we love each other. We like each other. We laugh together a lot. And yeah, sometimes we get on each other's nerves. But after 34 years, we still really like each other. Sometimes before we tell each other we love each other, and we do often, we'll be like, I really like you. Girl, you something else. I really like you. She'll be like, I like you. Y'all do not hate on your boy. Don't hate. Please don't hate on me. I'm just telling you, this is possible. I want that for you. This is why I make these videos. This is why I'm so passionate about this, because I know that the blessing of the Lord is on good marriages. In fact, the Bible says, whoever finds a wife, or when a man finds a wife, he finds a good thing and obtains favor from the Lord. What is favor? Favor means that God opens doors that no man can close. That means God puts you at the front of the line. That means God begins to do crazy good things in your life. Listen, because when a man finds a wife and loves her the way God would want him to love her, that man finds favor. Y'all, I'm blessed because of Sherry. I'm blessed because God sees how I'm loving her. And so I'm like, hey, like, don't mess this up. Yeah, that's my biggest fear. Like, do not mess this up. All right. I think that was 5 or 6. I think I said this, but let me reiterate it. We just want it better. We want it better. We saw the mayhem. We saw the chaos. We saw what broken families look like. We saw it firsthand up close in our families, but all around my neighborhood as I was growing up, we saw fights and drama and breakups and new relationships start, and then they break up, and then another one break. Yeah, it was just chaos. I was like, listen, I'm not feeling all of that. I don't want that. We want it better. I bet you want better. You're probably watching this video because you want better. You believe there's better. Let me just affirm to you, yes, you can have better. You can have better. You could have a rich, dynamic, powerful relationship, you and your spouse. And I would love to help you get there. That would be my great honor, like to help you have a great marriage. So how else have we made it for 34 years? Faithfully with one another. We fear God. Listen, y'all, I fear God. I don't even know how else to put this to you. I fear God. I know that God is, he's God, I'm not. He is great, I am not. And if I fear him, the Bible says that the fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom. That wisdom begins with fearing God, revering him. That means holding him in such high regard and such high esteem that I don't want to do things that would bring shame to his name. I have done them in the past. I promise you, I'm not a perfect person. I'm not trying to act like that. I'm just saying I try to keep my mind on not bringing shame to him, right? Again, that wasn't always my story. It is now. And that story has kept me and blessed me. And that's my story. I'm sticking to it. All right. So those are 7 things that we've done. There are more that I could share with you in 34 years. So much that we have learned, so many ways that we have grown. And let me just remind you that you can have better. It is possible. And it is not too late to try again. It's not too late to try again. It's not too late to try to fix your marriage or your relationship. It's not too late to try. Now, this is not no easy fix. It's not an easy fix. It's not like you're going to just wake up and, okay, we're going to try this again and we're going to fix our relationship. Please do not kid yourself. If it was that easy, everybody would be doing it. Right. So when I'm working with couples, I just let them know straight up, this is not for the faint at heart. This is not for people who don't want to do work. This is not for people who don't want to stretch, grow, become different people, better people, healthier people who can then do the things in their marriages that better people do and get the results that better people get. And I'm not saying better as in you're better than me, like comparatively. I'm talking about better yourself, better you, become a better you, right? We grow up in so much dysfunction. We grow up with so many wrong images. We grow up with so many whack ideas that actually don't work. and we find out they don't work. We just don't know. We're trying to work whack ideas sometimes. And when you get the things right in your mind and you begin to act out those new things, those new ways, those new principles, you begin to change your life. You become a better spouse, better partner. You get a better marriage because if you're both working at the same time, you can get those results. And my prayer, my desire for you is that you would have an extraordinary, I hope you'll outpace me and Sherry. I hope you make 79 years of an amazing marriage, still having fun and making good love and laughing with each other and enjoying meals and dancing under the stars. I hope all of that for you because it is absolutely possible. Hey, I'm glad you were here. I hope this was helpful to you. If you have not downloaded the Better Communication for Couples workshop, there's a link right down there. Grab that. Let that be a big, big help to you. And stay in touch. Let's keep working together on these marriages and relationships. I'm Rod Harrison. It was great to be with you today. See you in the next video.